Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing my July book haul video plus an unboxing. Just one in particular because I actually opened the other one already because I couldn't wait. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So this time around I'll be unboxing Lapaki Box. I subscribed to this actually like a month ago. This is the second box that I received, to be honest, because the last time I got it I wasn't here. That was a week that I was in LA, so it arrived during that week. So I just opened it because I figured I'll just do it then. So I'll include that in my book haul video for July. But this is the box for the actual box for July because that one was actually for June. But anyways, enough rambling. So I actually forgot to include this one when I discussed all my other book boxes in my previous videos because I kind of forgot that I subscribed to this one. I didn't forgot. I thought I subscribed before, but then I couldn't find any of the details, like all of my emails corresponding to this particular subscription. So I thought perhaps I didn't subscribe to one, and then I also like put it on different credit cards, so all the other three were on one credit card and somehow this one was on a different credit card, so I don't know. So anyways, I kind of forgot that I subscribed to this one, and then when it arrived I was like, oh my god. So yes, anyways, this is the other subscription box that I'm subscribed to. This one I subscribed to for 6 months, so this is the second shipment. So far I really like it. It includes a box and a candle, and I love candles and the candles smell so good. So anyways, let's just open it. Okay, so I guess you guys can see first glance what's inside, but the box actually looks really pretty as well. Okay, so not sure how much you guys can see, but anyways, yeah, you guys can't see anything because there's so much confetti here. But I would assume that this orange thing is the candle. So this is a candle, and oh my god, it's like confetti everywhere. Alright, so it says Katniss. And it says it's a blue spruce, driftwood, and fire. So I'm assuming that's the scent, and it's made from soy. It's a soy candle. Oh, it smells pretty good. It has like glitter in it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like glitter on top. So, but it smells pretty good. It does smell like it smells very much like fall. So I feel like this would be nice in the fall. All right, in terms of the book, I really like this one because they actually put it in such a nice packaging. They put it in this like really nice chiffon like package, and it just looks really like high quality. So anyways, if you open it, it includes the signature of the author, and the book is 9 by Zach Hines. Actually I thought I was trying to guess what kind of book it was, but I don't think it was the book that I imagined. I thought it was going to be a different book, but it was not, so I'm still pretty glad. I don't know what this book is about. I never even heard of this book actually, so let's see what this book is about. So I just read the back of this book, and this sounds really unique. Basically, so it says the title is called 9, and it's basically set in the world parallel to ours. It's set in 1808, and apparently this massive storm altered the planet's atmosphere, and then all of a sudden people realize that they don't only have just one life, but they have 9 lives. How crazy is that? Can you imagine having 9 lives? And then in order to avoid overpopulation, which I guess makes sense because people don't just die, you know, with 1 life, I guess they have 9 lives, and therefore I'm assuming they're still giving birth, so there's new babies, and overpopulation would clearly be an issue. So I guess governments are trying to devise a system of elimination in which humans are rewarded for shedding their lives one by one until they only have one life left. So I guess this is basically like they're just they commit suicides or something, and then I guess. Interesting. This is a very interesting book. I never heard of this book, so I'm very intrigued. The box also came with a theme for August, which is War Among Oceans. I'm already 99% sure that this is going to be Seafire, so I already told the subscription to please skip me for this month because I already have a copy of it. So I figured I'd rather give it, like, have them send it to someone else, like, you know, have an open box available to someone else instead of sending it to me and I have like dupes. So I told them to please skip me, and she said okay. So I mean, if it's not Seafire, I'm okay with that too, but I'm pretty sure it's Seafire. I mean, it's literally, I believe the hint was telling me about how it's like a pirate crew, and it comes out in August, and Seafire is literally about an all-female pirate crew. So pretty sure that's the book. But anyways, also came with a bookmark, and it says it's not about being fearless, it's about acting in spite of fear. And the bookmark is very pretty. I'm getting a very big collection on bookmarks these days of all these subscription boxes, and they keep giving me bookmarks. So anyway, these are the 2 items that I got from the Bookie Box for the month of July. In terms of the other unboxing or the subscription boxes I've subscribed to, currently I'm only subscribed to 2 now. One of them was Pop Reads, and that one they canceled after last month, so I no longer subscribe to that anymore. And then it was just these 2. Yeah, it was just these 2. So the other one I'm subscribed to is Spearcraft, and this time around I kind of suspected it was this book, and I was correct, and I'm glad because I was excited for this one anyways. So they sent out Sea Witches by Sarah Henning. The cover looks absolutely stunning. I really enjoy this cover. It looks so pretty. I believe this book is a retelling of the classic Little Mermaid, but I believe it's kind of talks about, it's like a retelling of Little Mermaid plus kind of a backstory to how Ursula, I'm assuming, because at the really end it says the rise of Hans Christian Andersen's iconic villainess is a heart-wrenching story of friendship, betrayal, and a girl pushed beyond her limits to become a monster. So I'm assuming it's because it's like a retelling of Little Mermaid or like a backstory of Ursula. Something along the lines of those 2, I'm assuming. So, but regardless though, I'm very excited for this one. The next book that I want to show you guys is the book that I received last month from the Bookie Box, and that is The Bird and the Blade by Megan Bannett. I actually, right before I received this, I was getting lots of FOMO because I saw this a lot on social media, and I was very intrigued by it because up to a certain point I never heard of it, but then it came out and everyone was talking about it, so I was like, oh, what is this book about? It sounds really intriguing. And then it arrived from the Bookie Box, so I was very excited to pick this one up. So this book is a YA fantasy. I believe it is about the descendants of Genghis Khan's son, and it's set in the Mongol Empire, and it's about a girl called Jinghua. So there's a lot of elements to it that I am very enthusiastic about, so I'm very excited to read this one soon. The next book that I got was actually from a giveaway that I won, so the publisher sent it over to me, and that is Little Do We Know by Tamara Ireland Stone. I've actually heard really good things about this book, and it sounds very intriguing, and I really like the cover too. It's very colorful. So let me just read the front flap for you guys very quickly. It's about
next door neighbors and ex-best friends Hannah and Emery, who haven't spoken in months, not since the fight, the one where they both said things they couldn't take back. Now Emery is fine-tuning her UCLA Performing Arts application and trying to make the most of her months she has left with her boyfriend, Luke, before they head off to separate colleges. Meanwhile, Hannah's strong faith is shaken when her family's financial problems comes to light, and she finds herself turning to unexpected places and people for answers to the difficult questions she's suddenly facing. No matter how much Hannah and Emery desperately wants to bridge the series 36 steps between their bedroom windows, they can't, not anymore. That is until their paths cross unexpectedly when one night Hannah finds Luke doubled over in his car outside her house. In the aftermath of the accident, all 3 struggle to understand what happened in their own ways. But when a devastating secret about Hannah and Emery's argument ultimately comes to light, they must re-examine the things they hold true.
So I'm very excited for this book. This sounds like a very good book about friendship, so very intrigued. So the next book is one that I got from the publisher for a review, and that is Ignite the Stars by Maura Milan. I am really intrigued by this book. This book looks so pretty, by the way. I love sci-fi books, and I haven't read any good sci-fi books recently. I feel like I've been mostly doing fantasy and then some contemporaries, which is kind of rare for me. So this book is about a girl called Iya Kocha, who is a 17-year-old girl, except everyone in the universe thinks she is a he, and they all fear him. Because she has been spending her entire life essentially terrorizing this Commonwealth, which is this imperialist nation, because it destroyed her home. Then for some reason the Commonwealth managed to capture her, and her identity and her age is exposed, in which case they decided to use her as an example to show that no one can actually get away from terrorizing us, and that they actually have control over everyone. So now she's sent to the military academy, and she meets this guy called Bryn. I'm assuming it's a guy, I'm not really sure actually. And now this new acquaintance is basically causing her to reevaluate and question her alliances. So I don't know, this book sounds really good, and I've heard good things about it, so I'm very excited. Then the next book that I got was from a giveaway. This month has actually been really good for me in terms of giveaway. I won quite a number of giveaways on Twitter and on different various websites, and I received Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I'm really excited for this book. This book sounds really good, especially in light of the whole situation going on these days. But anyways, there's a quick short summary here that kind of explains what this book is about. It's a story of how her best friend disappeared and how nobody noticed she was gone except for me. and how nobody cared until they found her 1 year later. So it's dark, it's thrilling, and it's very, very timely. So I've heard really good things about it, and I cannot wait to pick this one up. Then the next book that I got was also from a giveaway. Like I said, the giveaway gods has been smiling on me this month, so I managed to win a copy of The Emerald Sea by Rochelle Mead. I actually have not read the Glittering Court books at all yet. I have that on my TBR, but I haven't picked them up, so I was very enthusiastic to finally get a copy. So this is like the last book, so now I have to go finish reading the first 2 books basically. But I'm not going to talk about this because this is the last book and I don't want to spoil anything. Most of you guys already know the series, so I'll just leave it at that. But this is the copy that I got. The next 2 books I got were from Amazon because of their Amazon Prime Day. Clearly this month just had a lot of deals going on. My giveaways, I guess that's not really a deal, but still. I managed to snag 3 books from the Prime Day deal. The first 2 are from a series, and it is the Frostblood Saga. This is book number 1 and this is book number 2. I will not get book number 3 until it comes out in paperback, so I can actually just, you know, have the whole series in the same format. But I have heard really, really good things about these books. Just a quick short summary from the back. It just says
17-year-old Ruby is a fireblood who has concealed her powers of heat and flame from the cruel Frostblood ruling class her entire life. But when her mother is killed trying to protect her, and rebel Frostbloods demand her help to overthrow their bloodthirsty king, she agrees to come out of hiding, desperate for revenge. Despite her unpredictable abilities, Ruby trains with the rebels and the infuriating yet irresistible Arcus, who seems to think of her as nothing more than a weapon. But before they can take action, Ruby is captured and forced to compete in the king's tournaments that pit fireblood prisoners against Frostblood champions. Now she has only one chance to destroy the maniacal ruler who has taken everything from her from the icy young man she has come to love.
So I don't know, this book sounds really, really good. I love fantasy. I love like books about magical powers, and this one clearly has it all. Then the third book that I got from Amazon Prime Day is Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. I have heard really good things about this book. I'm really excited for it. I know the second book already came out. I need to go pick it up at some point. But basically it's about a girl called 17-year-old girl who is a pirate captain called Alosa, and she basically gets herself deliberately captured because I guess whoever's captured her has like the map that she's been looking for, and now she has to just find some way to just get this map from this crew, this pirate crew. And the only thing that's standing between her and the map is her captor, who is this really attractive first mate called Raiden. So I don't know, but this book sounds like it'd be really fun to read, and I feel like these days a lot of pirate themed books out there, especially with Seafire and whatnot. So anyways, very excited for this one. The next few books that I got were from Barnes & Noble. Because I'm a member, I got a 20% off coupon, so I figured why not use it. And I've also been in the mood for some high fantasy books. I haven't really read that many like high fantasy novels these days. Mostly just fantasy and then sci-fi, contemporaries, etc. But like epic high fantasy, not so much. And I was trying to find a really good one that I could just kind of dig myself into and, you know, come back up and breathe after like a week. So I was looking online to see which was a really good one, and I heard that this one in particular came very highly recommended, and I seemed pretty interesting. I wasn't really entirely sure what this book is about, to be honest, but it seemed like a lot of people really like it. It's very, very highly recommended. But anyways, this book is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This book is 1,000 pages long. As you can tell, it is absolutely massive, but I am so excited to just kind of, you know, like I said, dig myself into a hole and just sit and read or lie down and read this book for a week. And also, like I said, I have no idea what this book is about, but this book apparently has really, really good reviews, and it's book 1 of the Starlight Archive, so I figured if it's good, I will get the rest of it. But this book is honestly a little bit daunting. So when I got this book at my office, my manager just looked at me like, what is that? Because this book is massive. Like, look how massive this book is. But anyways, I'm very excited to just take a stab at it and see if I like it or not. So the next book that I got is Prudence by Gail Carriger. It's book 1 of the Custard Protocol series. I really liked her books, the Parasol Protectorate series, and this is set in the same world. Actually, this is the story of their daughter, of like the main couple in that first series. So I'm very, very excited for this one. I also feel like I haven't read that many steampunk novels recently, so this one is definitely steampunk, and I'm very excited. There's also werewolves and vampires involved, so very, very, very excited to read this one. So the last book that I got from Barnes & Noble is also in lieu of my whole trying to read more epic high fantasy these days, and I decided to pick up this one, and this one is called Skyborne by David Dalglish. I've heard pretty good things about this one as well, and it's apparently about angels or seraphims, which are which I assume are angels, at least that's my context of them. But it's about these twins, Kale and Brenna Skyborne, who are trained to become seraphims, and which are elite soldiers of aerial combat who wield elements of ice, fire, stone, and lightning. And the cover looks really pretty. It has wings on there, so I am going with the whole angel theme right now, but I'm very excited for this one. The next two books that I got were actually from my book trades, and this one I actually saw during Book Expo and BookCon, but I did not get a copy of it because they ran out. So I was really excited when the girl that I was trading it with had it available, so I was very excited to pick this one up. But this one is called The Impossibility of Us by Katie Upperman. I am so excited. Okay, recently I feel like I've been on this contemporary romance YA kick going on, and this literally is that to its core. So this book is about a girl called Elise whose brother actually died in Afghanistan, and then one day she meets Maddie, and at first they're really good. They start off as really good friends, and then romance starts to blossom between the two of them. But the thing is, Elise's family is not very comfortable because Maddie is Afghan. So this book sounds really good. It's like, obviously there's romance in it, and it's contemporary, and I don't know, this book just sounds really good. Then another book that I got from the trade is I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. She came out with a new book recently, The Way You Make Me Feel, I believe it's called. And that one had really good ratings on it, but people said that this one was really good, so I decided to pick this one up, and she had it available. And I wanted to read her her previous work, so I decided to pick this one up. And the main reason why I want to pick this one up is also because the summary sounds really funny. So it's about a girl called Desi Lee who is not the best in terms of romance, and then she meets this guy who's like apparently the hottest human specimen ever, and decides to tackle her flirting failures with the same zest that she applies to everything else. And then she starts to find her answers in Korean dramas, which is obviously the answers to everything regarding love and romance. Hello guys. And so, armed with her K-drama steps to true love, she goes after this guy. But I don't know, this book already sounds hilarious to me, and I'm very excited for it. The next book that I got is from the publisher / author. I'll be doing the blog tour, which will be in October, and they were able to send me a review copy, and that is The Devil's Thief by Lisa Maxwell. I actually have her first book back here, The Last Magician, here. So I haven't had a chance to pick it up yet, but I really want to just read both of them. So I'm really excited to be part of this blog tour. And this book honestly is so heavy. Like when this book came, I swear this book is like 10 pounds. Okay, maybe not 10, but like 5 pounds. This is a great like dumbbell right here. You know, this book is really heavy. But anyways, I'm very excited for this one. So next book that I got, the next 3 books that I got actually are from a giveaway. Like I said already, the giveaway gods were very happy with me this month, or I was very happy with them this month. And I managed to snag a copy of this one, A Very Large Expansive Sea by Tahara Mafi. I'm most excited for this one because I'm very curious to see what this book is like. This is not like her other books, which are fantasy driven, and this is in own voices. It's basically from her own experiences, and takes place a year after 9/11. It talks about this girl called Shirin who kind of has to deal with all of these backlash from that event, and this is very dear to her in terms of the story. So I'm very excited to see, or very curious and intrigued to see what this book has in store for me. In the same giveaway, I managed to snag another copy of Monday's Not Coming, so I will be giving this away sometime soon, either giving it or trading it. I haven't decided yet, but I managed to snag this is like the ARC version of it. So yeah, I got 2 copies. Then the last book that I got from the same giveaway is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm very excited for this one, mainly because I don't really read that many poetry books, but I've heard really good things about it, and this book is literally all in poetry format, so very enthusiastic. It's about a girl called Xiomara Batista who apparently feels unheard, and she hides in her Harlem neighborhood, and she's been basically learning to let her fist and her attitude do all the talking, but secretly she pours all her dreams and frustration in the form of prayers or poetry. And then one day she gets invited to join her school's slam poetry club, and then from there she starts to, you know, learn to speak up. So I'm very excited about this book. Alright, so next 2 books I got were also from Barnes & Noble. I've decided that August is going to be my no book buying month, guys, because I bought way too many books. I had this pile in my little corner there, which is perfectly fine, and then this month basically more than doubled it from everything that I received. So August is going to be a no books buying month for me, at least. I mean, there was one that I already did, but that's okay. Because technically it's already like the 2nd or 3rd of August, so yeah. But from moving forward, I'm not going to buy any more books this month because I need to kind of cut it off. My TBR piles here are growing a little bit out of control. I don't know where to put books anymore. So anyways, the next book that I got is The Strange Fascinations of Noah Hypnotic. I've heard so many good things about this book. Oh, it's by David Arnold, by the way. And the cover looks so crazy funky. Like, I can't even with this book. So this book is like the weirdest book I've ever heard, but it sounds so intriguing to me. It sounds really fascinating. Pun intended. Okay, so it's about
a boy called Noah Oakman, who is 16. He's a Bowie believer, concise historian, disillusioned swimmer, son, brother, and friend. And then one day he gets hypnotized, and now he sees all these changes. His mother has a scar on her face that wasn't there before. His old dog, who once walked with a limp, is suddenly life. His best friend, a lifelong DC Comics disciple, now rotates in the Marvel Universe. Subtle behaviors, bits of history, plans for the future, everything in Noah's world has been rewritten, except for his strange fascinations.
So this is like the weirdest book, like I said, but I am very, very intrigued and very curious to see what this book has in store. I've actually heard really good things about this book, so we shall see. Then the next 2 books I got were a part of a series. It's a duology, and I actually have her other books, but I haven't even picked up yet. But recently she has more books coming out and people have been talking about it a lot. And then everyone kept talking about her original series, which is this Savage Song duology, and I realized I haven't read those either, and I actually been wanting to pick them up, so I decided to just purchase them, and here they are. I got This Savage Song and Our Dark Duets, and they both sound so good. So basically a quick short summary in terms of the back.
Kate Harker wants to be as ruthless as her father to prove she's worthy to stand beside him and lead their city. August Flynn wants to be human, but he isn't. He's a monster, one that can steal songs with a soul, or steal souls with a song, sorry. His own father's secret weapon. Their city is divided. Their city is crumbling. Kate and August are the only 2 who sees both sides, the only 2 who could do something. But how do you decide whether to be a hero or a villain when it's hard to tell which is which?
So I don't know, this book sounds amazing. Everyone has been raving about this, by the way. I think that people rave more about this book than the Darker Shade of Magic series, so yeah, but regardless, I'm very, very excited for this one. The next 2 books that I got from Barnes & Noble, the last purchase that I made, by the way, is part of a trilogy. The 3rd one just came out, but I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback. I did see it on Book Depository, but I wasn't really sure what the cover looked like because the UK cover looks so different, and I don't want the UK cover. I want to stick with the US cover because the US one looks so much prettier, and if I got the UK cover, that'd be the worst thing ever. So I'm just gonna wait for it to come out in Barnes & Noble. I don't know why Barnes & Noble doesn't have it when other places like Book Depository seem to have a paperback version already. But anyway, and this series is part of the Conqueror Saga, And I Darkened by Kiersten White and Now I Rise by Kiersten White. Very, very excited for this one. I really liked her Paranormalcy series, so, and I heard that this one's actually way better than that series, so I'm very, very excited because that one I rated like a 4 or 4.5 stars on Goodreads, so I have only good hopes for these 2, or this series. So just a quick short summary in terms of what this book is about based on the front flap of the first book.
Wrenched from their homeland ever since Lada, and her younger brother Radu were abandoned by their father to be raised in the Ottoman courts, Leda has known that being ruthless is a key to survival. She and Radu are pawns in a vicious game, an unseen sword hovering above their every move. For the lineage that makes them special also makes them targets. Their hopes and dreams at odds. Leda despises the Ottomans and bids her time, planning her vengeance for the day when she can return to claim her birthright. Radu longs only for a place where he feels safe. When they meet Mehmed, the defiant, lonely son of the Sultan, who's expected to rule a nation, Radu feels as if he found a true friend, and Lada wonders if she's finally found someone worthy of her passion, and only each other to save them. But Mehmed is heir to the very empire that Radu has sworn to fight against, and that Radu now considers home. Together, Lada, Radu, and Mehmed form a toxic triangle that strains the bonds of love and loyalty to their breaking point.
I am going to struggle with the names of these characters. I guarantee you that. So the last and final book that I got is from the publisher themselves. Is for a review. And I'm hoping I pronounced the name of this author correctly. I tried Googling it, but I couldn't find the pronunciation. So fingers crossed I pronounced the name right. But this book is called Not Her Daughter by Ray Frey. And I'm very excited for this book. This is not young adult, by the way. This is a woman's fiction. So this book is about a little girl called Emma Townsend. She's 5 years old, gray eyes, brown hair, and she's lonely. She lives with a very cruel mother and a very clueless father. And then she basically retreats into her world of solitude. And then enters Sarah Walker. She is a successful entrepreneur. And one day she spies this little gray gray-eyed girl in this airport terminal, and she's never seen a child so precious as her. And then at some point she meets this little girl for a second time, and then she decides to take her far away from home. Basically, she just kidnaps her. But then the thing is, at some point I would assume that she saw something that would have Sarah consider that Emma was being abused at some point, because the reason why she took her away, according to the back flap, is to rescue this little girl from her damaging mother. So I'm assuming she must have seen something or heard something that would think that her taking her away would actually help this little girl instead. So now she's basically faced with the question, is kidnapping wrong? And then of course there is the mother herself. Her name is Amy, and she's this unhappy wife, an unfit mother, and she's not even sure if she wants her daughter back. So this book sounds really interesting. It kind of questions you in terms of what is right and what is wrong with the family and like the bonds of a mother. So I am very intrigued by this book. So anyways, that's all the books I received this past month. Honestly, I'm so exhausted by this point. I just want to go and sleep and not do anything for a while, because I feel like I just spent like an hour or so just standing and showing books to you guys. So anyways, let me know down below if any of these books that I mentioned are ones that you have read. If you read them, let me know if you like them or not. And if any of these books are on your TBR, let me know which ones you're highly anticipating. Let me know all of them down below in the comments below. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That's it for today, guys. Thank you. Bye.